So tell me, who here's a trader? Who's a football fan? Deepak, how are you? I know one football fan here. Both fantastic. Soccer, football. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Richard. All right, we'll be starting soon, ladies and gentlemen. Peter, a trader. Fantastic. Justin, we'll find out. All right, there'll be plenty of opportunity for more questions at the end of the webinar as well. Josie, welcome. Josie, you speak Italian, yeah? A little bit. Al, how are you? All right, not too long to go. Just setting a few things up there. We've got quite a lot of attendees tonight. It's fantastic. I think at home, Wayne. Okay. Gigi, people saying hello.
Gigi chiedono dove sei.
Ciao, sono in Italia. I'm in Parma now.
There you go.
Hello, everybody.
Best cheese of the world, apparently.
I think so.
Yeah. Did you post that? All right. It looks like we're ready to start tonight's webinar. Fantastic. Look, tonight's webinar is a little bit different because we'll be translating in 4 different languages. So what will happen is you'll hear me speak and then I'll pause for the interpreters to finish translating. And tonight, as you probably know, we're going to be discussing trading tips and strategies with World Cup champion goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon. You can see there. And at the end of tonight's webinar, we're going to give away a signed Buffon shirt. So it's very exciting. Stick around for that.
Thanks. It's a great pleasure to be with you.
So we just wait for the translation and we'll come back. Okay, before we go on, if you can see the slides up on your screen, please take a minute to read these instructions and set yourself up with your preferred language for the webinar. Have the slides there, just the next slide, please. Okay, I think everybody is up and running with the translations. Now that everybody is set up, we sort of met Gigi before, but again, welcome to Gigi. Gigi, how are you tonight?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm very happy to be with you. Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be with you.
You look very happy. Fantastic. Look, Gigi, it's great to know that not only are you one of the world's greatest goalkeepers, but also a trader. So we'll keep on talking to you about trading some more through this webinar.
Gigi, durante il webinar continueremo a parlare di trading e sappiamo che sei un trader molto esperto.
Beh, molto esperto non lo so, però insomma sono almeno 20 anni che opero con risultati soddisfacenti e quindi è un qualcosa che ormai ritengo una mia attività, una mia passione.
Just said, I don't define myself an expert, but I've been trading for 20 years and the results have been pretty satisfying. So it has become part of my daily routine. We are just waiting on translation.
Okay. Now, I know we have a lot of fans here, football fans, but for those of you who don't know, some of Gigi's credentials include winning the World Cup with Italy in 2006, very impressive, having the record for the longest streak without conceding a goal. That's pretty good. And over 1,000 professional football career appearances, which is amazing. That's a very long and fabulous career.
Thanks. I've been very lucky.
We have a lot of raised hands. Just want to tell everyone that we will welcome your questions. Keep asking in the live chat. We will be answering your questions at the end of the session.
Okay. Fantastic. Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so we know Gigi, but for those of you who don't know me, my name's Eddie. I'm the general manager here at TradeView. We're a professional trading firm. And this picture here is actually of one of our traders, Matt. Funnily enough, he's actually in Italy at the moment, but this was a picture of him in our office recording one of the weekly trading talk videos that we do, where we show traders how to build automated trading models. Okay, if we could bring up the next slide, please. Just with these webinars, it's important to understand that this presentation is provided for information purposes only, and you shouldn't regard it as financial product advice. And on the next slide, we'll tell you that we'll show some back testing of some strategies tonight. And it's important to understand that these don't represent actual trading, and we're not saying that you will actually get these exact same results if you're trading yourself. Okay, so a little bit about myself and TradeView. I've been trading since 2013, and I learned here on the trading desk at TradeView by progressing through our development programs, and now I'm the general manager. What we do is we're a systematic trading firm, which means that we follow a strict set of rules, which we automate, and we trade over 70 different strategies on Forex, stocks, indices, bonds, commodities, cryptos, pretty much everything. Okay, let's find out a little bit more about who we have here tonight. But first, question for Gigi. I think you mentioned before, how long have you been trading for? When did you start, or what got you started?
Domanda per te, Gigi, è semplicemente da quanto tempo fai trading?
Ma ho cominciato e mi sono avvicinato al mondo finanziario più o meno nel 2001, 2000, 2001, 2002, in quegli anni. All'inizio in maniera molto superficiale e poi dopo invece in maniera molto più approfondita e consapevole.
I started trading about 20 years ago in 2001. Initially, I was just doing that more as a beginner, out of fun, trying to do this in my spare time. And then I started to study and get more into it over the time. And now it's part of my daily activities.
Very good. Okay, and for the rest of the audience, please post your answers in the chat, but let me know how long you've been trading for. So I know there'll be some people never traded. Have you been trading for 6 months or more than 12 months? And if you have any challenges with your trading, please post them in the chat also. We'll read some out. We'll have Eugene is a real beginner. Matt, 15 years plus. Gary, 4 years. Matteo, 12 months. Somebody else will have to read that one, sorry. Some good questions there. We will come back to those. 2 years, Cherry. 9 years, Luke. 5 years, Josie. Peter, 6 months. There's a lot of people posting. Fantastic. A lot of traders here tonight. I think a very good mix of people, football and traders together. Okay, we'll move on. So if we could bring up the next slide, please, and we'll talk about what we'll cover today. So today, what we'll be talking about is we'll talk about online trading and how people can create wealth from it. Plus, also we'll talk to Gigi and see where he likes to trade and how he does it. We'll talk about placing and managing your trades. We'll talk about automated trading, which is what we do. And then we'll have a Q&A with Gigi at the end, so can answer all of your questions. We'll talk for around about 45 minutes about online trading and automation, and then around about 30 minutes Q&A with Gigi. And also make sure you stay for some giveaways at the end. We're going to give away his signed jersey. Okay, so very, very valuable, a signed Buffon jersey. So make sure you stay till the end to have a chance to win that jersey. Okay, so if we move on to the next slide, please. For those of you who are a little bit newer to the markets, we'll give you an overview of the possibilities of online trading with TMGM. Okay, if we pull up the next slide, please. First, some of you will see on this slide, you'll remember the trading pits, which I remember seeing when I was younger. And these trading pits, they don't exist anymore because almost all the trading is now done online, which means that there's more opportunity for traders like you out there. And you used to need about a minimum of $1 million to trade in the pits, but now you can trade with as little as $100 online. And if we pull up the next slide, please. This is what online trading looks like. This is one of our traders, Matt, using our platform TradeViewX, which you can access through TMGM. And Matt uses TradeViewX to actually automate his trading and then test and trade his strategies. So again, this type of technology is available to TMGM clients. Okay, if we go to the next slide, please. We'll take a look at different types of traders. So first, let's take a look at a day trader. As the name suggests, day traders, they like to enter and exit positions during the day, trying to profit from the intraday price movements of a particular product. Next, we have swing traders. Swing traders try to profit from swings or momentum changes in the market, and it's typically done over the medium term, usually 1 week to 1 month. Third, we have scalpers. If there's any scalpers out there, post in the chat. I will see if I can see. Who likes scalping? Matt likes to scalp. Fantastic. So scalping is not for the faint-hearted. It involves quickly getting in and out of positions many times per day for just a small profit or loss. And scalping is one of those strategies that is much, much easier with automation. Finally, we have position traders. So position traders buy an investment for long term with the expectation that it will appreciate in value. And this type of trader is less concerned with the short-term price fluctuations and the news of the day, but unless they're going to really change their long-term view of the position. So we have some people here, all different types of traders, but some questions for Gigi. Gigi, what type of trader would you say that you are?
Gigi, che tipo di trading fai?
Diciamo che nel mio money management direi che per il 40% del capitale è un capitale a lungo termine, un investimento diciamo a lungo termine e quindi senza fretta. Per un altro 40%, direi 45%, mi sento più uno swing trader, sicuramente, e l'ultimo 15% se c'è me lo tengo sempre libero, perché se c'è un'opportunità per fare scalping, secondo me anche quello si può fare, oppure fare trading in giornata, ecco. Questo è il mio modo di agire. Però se proprio devo dare una definizione del trader che mi ritengo più un fundamental trader, cioè uno di quei trader che opera nel momento in cui prende visione di eventi che accadono, che possono essere quindi, non so, le banche centrali che modificano i tassi, le banche centrali che modificano come si chiama, la politica monetaria. Ecco, in base, diciamo, a queste decisioni poi io mi muovo.
Grazie. So I have quite a mixed variety of strategy. I allocate 40% of my investing budget to long-term strategy, 45% to swing trading, which you had just described, and 15% to, let's say, opportunity that comes up on a daily or monthly basis, and eventually even scalping. If I were to define myself, I would say I am a fundamental type of trader, and I really enjoy following events and place trade based on events that are occurring in our daily life.
Okay. Some questions here as well. We'll come to in a moment. Good questions, Eugene. We'll come back to that. First, if we could bring up the slides again, please. We'll have a look at some of the products that you can trade online with Tmgm. So with Tmgm, you can trade many different products, but as an example, you can trade stocks like Tesla there, you can trade the cryptocurrencies, which are very popular at the moment, you can trade all different types of commodities, and of course, foreign exchange. There's many more products you can trade, but those are some of the main ones. So some questions here for Gigi. Gigi, which are some of your favorite products to trade?
E Gigi, ti piace fare trading, già lo sai.
Diciamo che mi piace fare trading a seconda di quello che dice il momento del mercato, no? E quindi quello che dice la situazione macro, su uno studio sulla situazione macroeconomica, poi uno decide di investire i propri soldi in qualche asset. Alla fine gli asset sono 4, che sono chiaramente l'azionario, l'obbligazionario, il valutario e le commodities, le materie prime. In questo momento di forte inflazione e inflattivo, devo dire che il 70%, diciamo, dei miei investimenti si riversano sulle commodities e sulle materie prime in pratica.
Ok, grazie. I normally trade based on the market conditions that are relevant to the time frame I am trading in. I really do a lot of macroeconomy analysis before taking any decision about investments. And in this time of high inflation, I like to focus a lot on commodities, especially metals, considering that normally in time of high inflation, they tend to go up in value.
Okay, it's good there. Gigi mentioned some commodities and metals. He was talking about inflation. We'll actually be talking about some metals, being gold. We'll talk about on the next slide, if you can actually bring it up. And gold is a very popular product to trade through Tmgm because they have some of the lowest spreads, and it's a very popular product to trade. So gold, as you can see here, some of the characteristics about gold. Firstly, we know what gold is. I'm sure everybody has seen gold before. But in relation to trading, some of the key aspects are that it's a physical commodity. So it's actually used in different things like jewelry, electronics, coins, other things like that. And actually, it's been used as a currency since around 700 BC, so a very, very long time. Some of the important things about gold is that it can be stored, and you can store gold for a very long time. And when you pull it out, it's still gold. It doesn't actually change or decay. And if you look at a chart of gold in the last 5 years, it's actually increased in value by roughly about 58.5%. So a very popular product for many people to trade. And also, we're going to talk about some other products that people think of as an inflation hedge. But Gigi, what about any of the cryptos? Bitcoin, do you trade any Bitcoin? And what do you think about cryptocurrency?
Gigi, cosa pensi di Bitcoin e in generale di cryptocurrency, se fai trading?
Allora, il Bitcoin lo conosco molto bene perché ho incominciato a seguirlo più o meno 8 anni fa, 7-8 anni fa. Però non ho mai investito nel Bitcoin perché alla fine è un mercato non regolamentato e di conseguenza mi fa paura perché preferisco investire in cose nelle quali penso di poter avere più consapevolezza e conoscenza. Però ritengo il Bitcoin sicuramente è diventato la criptovaluta in questi ultimi anni un asset molto importante e che secondo me, seppure in maniera piccola, può rubare un pochettino di spazio all'oro in quanto a bene rifugio, che è una cosa folle pensare che un mercato non regolamentato possa diventare più affidabile dell'oro. Però secondo me l'oro negli ultimi anni ha perso un qualcosa della sua del suo valore, del suo apprezzamento proprio in virtù del Bitcoin, perché molta gente magari preferisce diversificare investendo nel Bitcoin anziché nell'oro, che per me è una cosa folle, però la gente fa così, il mercato sta facendo anche così.
Grazie. I know Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general quite well by now. I have never personally invested yet. I might be looking to do that at some point in my investing life. I believe that the level of knowledge required to trade cryptocurrency is has to be high, and there is normally, you can find so much stuff online that it's better to properly study what you are dealing with. And in terms of recent updates, I have to admit that it is becoming more and more present, more and more important. And fun enough, it is becoming, for some people, a replacement as a safe haven of gold. So some people that used to have a percentage of their portfolio in gold are thinking of slowly switching to Bitcoin, which is kind of ironic considering that It is an unregulated market yet. However, more and more people are deciding to put money into it. And the market is proving them right.
Okay, some good comments there from Gigi. For those of you who don't know too much about Bitcoin, Gigi covered a lot there. Some other points that Bitcoin is considered a digital asset and it has potential to be used as a currency. So it's not really technically used as a currency yet. You don't actually physically need to store Bitcoin like gold. It's online, if you like, it's in the cloud. And one of the reasons why it's been so popular is because gold has increased about 60% in the last 5 years, but Bitcoin has increased about 8,800% in the last 5 years. So a massive opportunity for people to trade and make money. But look, whether you like trading gold or cryptos, there's opportunities to profit in both markets. Okay, if we can go to the next slide, please. We know we've got a lot of newer traders to the market here tonight. So what we'll do is we'll actually have a look at some of the basics on the Tmgm platform. So if we go to the next slide, please. What we'll do is we'll keep it very simple tonight, but for anybody who is interested in learning more about trading, then you can contact me. I'll put my details up at the end of the webinar and be happy to answer any questions offline. In relation to trading, first, what you need to do, very simple, you need to identify where you're going to enter your trade. And you can do that with things like indicators, price actions, or like Gigi mentioned, with some fundamentals. Next thing you need to do is set your position sizing, which is how much you're going to risk per point that the market moves. And finally, we'll set our take profit and stop loss level where we want to exit the trade for profit or loss. And this can all be done by being in front of the screen and clicking the mouse. However, what we do at TradeView is we do the whole process with automation so that we don't need to be in front of the screen and we can manage multiple strategies at the same time. Okay, what I'll do, I'm going to share screens for a moment, and I'll just show you a few very simple ways that you can place trades on the Tmgm platform. So let me just share screens one moment. So you should be able to see my chart now. Okay, so I'm just going to show you very simply, this is just for the newer traders here tonight. just how you can place trades on the Tmgm MT4 platform. So firstly, one of the ways that you can place a trade is you can click here on new order. I'll bring this up. And here we are, we're just on the gold chart. And here you can enter your trade size, your stop loss, and your take profit. And you can decide to buy or sell or buy, depending on which way you think the market is going. I'll just wait a little bit for the translation. Okay, so that's the first way that you can place an order. The next way that you can place an order is with the one-click trading, which is this part here in the top left. So you can decide to buy or sell at the current market price, and you can change your position size here. When you use the one-click trading, you have to then go in and set your take profit targets or stop loss separately. So this will just place the order at the current market price. And the third way is with the auto trading. So this button here, if you have built an automated strategy like we do, you can switch it on with the auto trading button, and the trading platform will place the trades for you automatically according to your rules. Now, it's very important with trading that you always have some type of stop loss. So that if the market goes against you, you can limit your risk. Now, what I wanted to show you is a very simple automated trading strategy, and it's called buying the dip. So it's probably a strategy that many people have heard of. So what we want to do in this type of a strategy is, as the market goes down and the market comes off by a certain percent, we're going to buy. And then we're going to close our trade out once we've made a certain amount of profit. Okay, so a very simple strategy. And a lot of people trade this type of strategy on gold or on Bitcoin. So I'll just wait for the interpreter, sorry. Okay, I think everybody's good. Now, just to show you, we're just really showing you the basics tonight, but this is the platform that we have built, TradeViewX, and this is actually the rules for the automated strategy that I'm going to show you. So for something like this, you don't need any experience. It's fairly easy, and we can show you how to do it. So what I'll show you is I'll show you what's called a back test. So we'll place these rules, we'll place the trades according to the rules of the strategy based on what's happened in the past, based on past data. So every time the market comes off by 3%, we're going to buy. So this is a simulation, but this is basically what would happen if you were running an automated system in real life. So this is running on a daily chart, and you can see that every time the market comes off by 3%, we're going to buy. And then once we've made a certain amount of profit, we're going to close the trades out. So some good looking trades there. Now, if we run this test over the last 5 years or so, I'll show you what the results would have looked like. So these are the trades that it would have placed over the last 5 years or so. And you can see that if you had placed these trades, you could have increased your trading account. And I'll just test the same one on Bitcoin. And it could also work on Bitcoin. So this is a very basic type of strategy that, of course, you can add more to. But it's just to give you an idea of how the professionals trade with automation. So I see a few questions there about automation and trading. Happy to answer them if we have time in the Q&A later. Or otherwise, like I said, I'll put my details up, and more than happy for anyone to contact me in relation to the trading. So I'll stop sharing now, and we'll bring up the slides again. And I think it's time for some Q&A with Gigi. Okay, Gigi, are you ready? There's a lot of questions here for you.
Sei pronto?
Yes, yes.
All right, good. I'll pick some questions, but it's a TMGM, guys. If you see anything you'd like me to ask, please just post in the translations chat, and I'll read them out. Okay. And there's actually a few questions about trading as well, so about automated trading. So I'll try answer a couple of those. All right. Okay. A question here from Eugene. How much time do you spend a day to trade?
Quanto tempo spendi ogni giorno a fare trading?
Ma alla fine non proprio per fare trading, però per informarmi e per andare a fare degli approfondimenti più importanti. Penso che ogni giorno al mondo macroeconomico, al mondo economico, al mondo finanziario dedico 3 ore più o meno al giorno.
Ok, grazie. Non esattamente, non necessariamente. Sorry, I was talking in Italian. Non necessarily I spend the whole time trading, but I would say that between reading news, getting myself more informed, and reading analysis, I spend, and placing trades, I spend more or less 3 hours a day.
Okay, and I've got a question here. Somebody says that they started trading in 2010, but they ask, Gigi, what do you think is the most important thing about trading?
Praticamente mi chiede qual è la cosa più importante quando fai trading.
La cosa più importante è non, diciamo, incaponirmi nel voler aver ragione sugli investimenti che faccio, perché ci sono, secondo me, alcune volte che magari le analisi che faccio, le valutazioni che faccio, i numeri che ci sono mi fanno propendere per un certo tipo di investimento e poi mi accorgo che le risposte del mercato non sono quelle. E quindi a quel punto cosa succede? I primi anni mi incaponivo e continuavo, diciamo, a tenere l'investimento, magari a perdere anche qualche soldo, perché diventava quasi una sfida d'orgoglio. Adesso no, adesso immediatamente con degli stop loss o quando vedo che il prezzo non è quello che voglio, anche a costo di rimetterci una piccola percentuale, però vendo.
Ok.
Accettare la perdita, via, dai.
Okay. So the main advice I can give is to try and avoid to be too stubborn and do not insist on a specific investment or trade. In the past, I made the mistake of deciding to open a position on something and then kept it open regardless of the losses, just because I thought it was the right move. Now I'm being able to be way more objective and more simply more I just don't waste time, let's say. So if I set a stop loss, I just take my loss and think about the next trade rather than insisting on the same one.
And while we're waiting for the translation as well, just to let you know that there's Tmgm has posted the survey in the chat. So for your chance to win the signed jersey from Gigi, please make sure that you fill out the survey and we'll pick a winner after the questions. All right, quite a lot of questions here. One question. Gigi, how would you compare the psychology from playing a big football game to day trading? Do you get any nerves? And they say, I think emotions can play a big part in the success of a trading strategy.
Ma io penso che ci sia un po' di differenza, nel senso che quando faccio trading voglio essere molto calmo, molto riflessivo, molto lucido, molto sicuro. Quando invece gioco a calcio voglio essere sempre molto elettrico, molto entusiasta, sopra le righe e un pochino folle, ecco. Mentre invece nel trading sono più moderato e pacato.
Okay, grazie. I would say there is some fundamental difference between the two way of let's say the two type of attitudes. When I trade, I tend to be very calm, make safe moves, and obviously apply the diligence of and the discipline of someone that knows that there are money at stake. When I play, I tend to be way more excited and more enthusiastic, and very often I do some crazy stuff that I learned not to do when trading.
Okay, and while that one's getting translated as well, this is a question translated, I think, from Chinese. And they say, Gigi, How did you achieve stable profitability?
So, come hai raggiunto una stabilità nei tuoi profitti?
La stabilità nei miei profitti l'ho raggiunta negli ultimi 6-7 anni, perché questo ti fa capire, secondo me, quanto è lungo il processo prima che anche il trading e la finanza diventi un investimento consapevole e redditizio. I primi 10, 12, 13 anni devi veramente studiare tutti i giorni, informarti tutti i giorni, essere curioso tutti i giorni e perdere anche soldi. Non tutti i giorni, però ogni tanto li perdi.
Verissimo. I started to, let's say, be stable in my profitability over the last 6-7 years. So as you can tell, it is a long process. For the first 10 to 12 years while I was practicing, I made a few mistakes, which is normal to make for you all. I have lost money. It is part of the process and it's part of the learning curve. So yeah, to everyone out there, just be prepared to, when playing the game, be prepared to study a lot and just react with positivity to eventual losses at the beginning as long as they're limited.
Okay, while that one's getting translated as well, we have a few questions that people would like to know more about automated trading and where they can learn. We can help you with the automated trading. I'm just going to post a link in the chat. This one is to a program that we have to help people get started. It's called My First Algo Pack, and it costs $10 Australian. So that is the best place to get started. And we will help you to build your first automated trading system for just $10.
In the meanwhile, I would like to pick a question, recent question that how many times did Gigi blew his account and how he managed that? So Gigi, una domanda per te, quante volte in pratica hai tutto sommato perso tutto quello che avevi e come l'hai gestita psicologicamente?
No, perso tutto quello che avevo, no, quello non mi è mai capitato, però ci sono stati momenti che magari nella totalità magari del portafoglio potevi arrivare anche a aver perso il 60-70%, no? Perché poi ci sono la finanza non è tutto scontato, ci sono magari anche i cigni neri che possono accadere che in quel momento ti prendono alla sprovvista. Ma devo dire che nel momento in cui succede questo, adesso o negli ultimi anni, per me non dico che sia quasi una fortuna, ma diventa un'occasione per comprare. Se mi fosse accaduto 10 anni fa, 15 anni fa, mi sarei preso paura e avrei venduto. In questo momento, quando ci sono cigni neri e penso che sia un qualcosa di superabile entro poco, colgo l'occasione per mediare.
Okay, so I personally never lost the entire balance of my account, but I had times where my balance went down 60 to 70%. Obviously, it wasn't a nice sensation, and often in the history of finance, there are those black swans episodes which you have to deal with. Back then, I used to get very scared and just sell whatever I had left to avoid incurring more losses. Nowadays, if I'm comfortable with the amount I'm losing, which is very important to only trade what you are comfortable losing, then I now take it as an opportunity to just buy the dip, buy more, like Eddie first said, and that's it.
Okay. A couple of questions here. Some of the questions as well are similar, so sorry if I don't get to all the questions. But Gigi, what indicators do you use in your trading?
Gigi, usi degli indicatori quando fai trading?
Indicatori, sì, faccio un po' di tutto, nel senso che ogni tanto nel momento in cui decido di investire su un sottostante faccio analisi tecnica e quindi mi vado a vedere la media mobile a 50, la media mobile a 200, vado a vedere l'RSI, vado a vedere un po' le bande Bollinger, insomma vedo un po' di cose che mi possano aiutare a capire quali sono i livelli di supporto e di resistenza e poi sulla base di quelli vedere i volumi, cioè, la volatilità che c'è in un titolo. Questo secondo me sono cose importanti nel momento in cui decidi di investire su un sottostante.
Okay. I normally do a lot of technical analysis. Things that I keep into consideration is the mobile average to try and be able to understand the level of support and resistance. I obviously look at the volume that has been trading for a specific instrument and the volatility. It's something that you learn to master with time, obviously, but these are all factors that put together will make you go with a just make allow you to make an educated decision.
Okay, thanks. I've got something, it's a comment, then it's a question, but Gigi, he says some very nice things about you. So I'll read them and then I'll ask the question. He says, my name is Dalen. I've been playing football since I was 4. I'm a goalkeeper. He says that you are his hero and you're the best goalkeeper in the history of football. He says your shot, yeah. He says more. He says your shot stopping ability, distribution, decision making, and leadership qualities put you ahead of everybody. He says he's watched you play for 12 years. And his question is, what was going through your mind during the World Cup final when you faced the penalty from Zidane in the shootout?
Non so se la domanda è chiara, ma a parte tutti i complimenti, ti ammira, ti segue da 12 anni, sei il migliore portiere al mondo per tutte le tue qualità, incluse quelle di leadership. Ma soprattutto la domanda che non è relativa al trading è cosa hai provato durante la finale dei mondiali e soprattutto il rigore di Zidane.
Durante il rigore, dopo il rigore di Zidane, devo dire che secondo me in molti ci sarebbero rimasti male o arrabbiati. Io invece l'ho profondamente ammirato perché ha avuto il coraggio di fare un gesto in una finale mondiale che in pochi avrebbero fatto.
Many people, I know that many people would have reacted in a very angry way, but I have appreciated it for the champion that he is. And I just congratulated with him at the end.
I'll just wait for some of the translation.
I would say for everyone that doesn't really know what happened, maybe to go and watch the video on YouTube about the penalty shootout of that final, which, by the way, in the end, Italy won.
All right. This one is a Chinese question in Chinese. They said, Gigi, why do you choose to cooperate with Tmgm on so many platforms?
Gigi, tra tutte le platform di trading che ci sono, come mai la decisione di cooperare con Tmgm?
Perché alla fine Tmgm è stata quella più convincente, quella che ha solleticato di più la mia fantasia, il mio entusiasmo, e poi perché adesso, visto che c'è un modello, insomma, business anche di Tmgm per espandersi in tutto il mondo, secondo me diventerà veramente la piattaforma di riferimento, ecco, per chi vuol fare trading a grandi livelli.
I have considered obviously many platforms before. Between them all, Tmgm was the one that, let's say, stimulated my curiosity most than the other. Also considering other sports sponsorship that they had in place. I would say that after using them, after trading with them, And also after seeing what the plan for the future are, which is expanding all over the world and getting the name to as many countries as possible, I like their plan, I like their vision, I like their project, and I'm happy to be on board. And I also believe this has to be the platform of choice for everyone who wants to do trading seriously. And maybe, Eddie, you want to pick the question for the mentor from Eugene?
Yeah, I saw there's a few of those questions. Eugene says, did you follow an expert in the beginning?
Avevi qualcuno che ti facesse un po' da tutor, diciamo, da quando hai iniziato?
No, devo dire la verità che ho cominciato per curiosità che poi è diventata passione. Inizialmente avevo il mio caro amico che ancora adesso diciamo vorrebbe gestire il mio conto, che è un banker di fiducia, che inizialmente guardava come operavo e mi diceva: Gigi, secondo me devi migliorare qua, mi dava magari dei consigli su dove dovevo migliorare. E devo dire che negli ultimi 4-5 anni mi ha detto: Gigi, ti dico la verità, tu sei molto meglio di me. E questo mi ha dato veramente una grande soddisfazione.
Okay. So no, I did not have a mentor. I started out of curiosity. The curiosity then became more of a passion. I always said I still have a very good friend who is very good at trading, and he always wanted to manage my portfolio. But in all honesty, at this point in time, he recently said, looking at my performance, he said that probably I'm better than him at trading right now. And maybe, Edwin, we have time for a couple more questions.
Okay, I'm just giving a little bit of time for the guys to translate. Let's have a look. Also, just to let everybody know that we will have more webinars with Gigi. So if you like this one, we'll both be back probably. So, all right, I'll find some good questions. Okay, this one here from Sophia. She says, ciao Gigi, what do you think of the gold trend today if you were trading gold today?
Sì, la domanda è relativa a fare trading
Allora,
di oro, esatto. Cosa pensi, quale pensi sia il trend da qui al futuro?
allora l'oro negli ultimi giorni, nelle ultime settimane ha guadagnato parecchio e ha ripreso, diciamo, vigore. Nel momento in cui investi, secondo me, in una commodities come l'oro, devi fare attenzione anche alle correlazioni che ci sono. E secondo me l'oro, essendo inversamente correlato ai tassi reali di interesse, è un qualcosa che bisogna saper valutare, e quindi bisogna incominciare a capire quant'è il tasso nominale, non so, negli Stati Uniti, a che livello è l'inflazione, come saranno probabilmente i tassi reali nel prossimo futuro, e sulla base di quello poi decidi se investire, secondo me, anche in maniera più consistente o più morigerata nell'oro. Però è chiaro che in un momento come questo, nei quali i tassi reali di interesse sono veramente bassi, secondo me, insomma, l'oro è una buona opportunità, e poi chiaramente fare grande attenzione ai livelli di supporto e di resistenza storiche, perché quelli danno ulteriori conferme sul trend e su quello e sui prezzi nei quali investire o uscire.
Okay, grazie. So I would say that gold has normally historically always performed quite well recent, even though there have been some downtrends recently, but over the last few days I've seen it going back up. It's important to remember that gold is correlated with a few other economic factors. One on top of all the others is probably the US inflation, which we all know it's at historical high as of now. But when trading gold, you have to keep into consideration also the current interest rate and trying to guess what the future interest rate is going to be. And based on that, you will have to base your decision. As of now, based on my personal opinion, I still think gold is a relatively safe choice when it comes to buying. But please always keep into consideration, on top of your own personal situation, the resistance level, which is something that gold investors have always been looking at. While we wait for the translation, I would like to propose the percentage of return, maybe question.
Okay, from Iris.
Yes.
Just give the translators a moment. Okay, so Gigi, Iris would like to know what kind of returns do you try to achieve percentage-wise?
Sì, praticamente che ritorno a livello di percentuali normalmente riesci a raggiungere?
Diciamo che si va sul personale, però
I would say it's a very personal question, but I'll try.
Ma senza chiaramente parlare di cifre, non so, nel 2020 penso di aver fatto più o meno un 600%, però è stato un anno particolare, è stato un anno speciale, perché c'è stata un'espansione dopo il crollo dovuto chiaramente alla pandemia che è stato fuori dal comune. E adesso nel 2021, insomma, i mercati hanno avuto una normale flessione, però anche quando ci sono le flessioni o il mercato non sta andando bene, ci sono ugualmente opportunità di investimento per poter guadagnare, e quindi è proprio lì che devi conoscere ed è proprio lì che devi incominciare a diversificare, appunto magari investendo sulle valute, investendo sulle materie prime. Comunque fatto sta che anche quest'anno un 70-80% lo sto facendo.
Grazie.
Prego.
So in 2020, which was obviously an extraordinary year, also especially due to the pandemic, I managed to have a 600% return on my investment. I know very well this is not the normal outcome you would expect. But again, it was a very particular year. This year so far that the markets are kind of going back to normal, and I have to start diversifying my investment decision again. I am currently on roughly 70-80% return on my investment.
Just give the translators a little bit of time. And also we have a question from one of the Chinese clients, Gigi. What time of day are your favorite trading hours and why do you choose this time to trade?
Una domanda da un cliente cinese. A quali ore normalmente fai trading nella giornata e soprattutto perché, su che base decidi a quale ore fare trading?
Allora, diciamo che la mattina sono impossibilitato perché ho quasi sempre allenamento, però già nei 30 minuti di strada che vanno da casa mia al campo, incomincio, diciamo, a monitorare quella che è la situazione generale, per cui do un'occhiata alle obbligazioni, do un'occhiata ai tassi di rendimento, do un'occhiata a un portafoglio magari di 60-70 azioni che seguo costantemente, do un'occhiata alle valute, ai tassi di cambio, alle materie prime e quindi do un'occhiata veloce, rapida e generale. Poi quando finisco allenamento, diciamo verso le 2:30 più o meno, 2:30, incomincio a leggermi un po' di dati, un po' di notizie per un'oretta, più o meno un'oretta e mezzo. Poi me ne torno a casa e diciamo dalle 6 e mezza, se non ho niente da fare, dalle 6 e mezza fino alle 8:30 a cena, un'altra ora e mezza, altre 2 orette, controllo, approfondisco, vado a vedere se ci sono dati che possono interessarmi. E poi alle 10, quando è in chiusura, do l'ultima sbirciata di 20 minuti, mezz'ora, per capire se c'è stato uno storno importante in qualche sottostante e quindi incominciare a capire il perché, incominciare a approfondire e magari poi investire in futuro e quindi prendere visione di quella che è stata la giornata e nella mia testa incominciare a capire nei giorni successivi dove andare a posizionare il focus per operare.
Grazie. So it's, as you can tell, a quite long answer. Try to summarize. I'm not really able to trade in the morning hours because I train. What I do normally in the 30 minutes that I travel from my place to the training center, I have a look at my portfolio results, especially on the Forex currencies, on my stocks investment and my commodities. Then after training around 2:30 p.m., I read the news, the economic news for about an hour. And then back home, after, resting and relaxing a bit, between 6 p.m. until dinner time, which is around 8:30, 9 p.m., I keep checking the situation, and eventually that's the time when I place my orders. And then 10 p.m. before going to sleep, I normally have a last check if there has been any particular change, something I need to look at. Otherwise, I just relax for the night and look for the next day. I think, Eddie, while we wait, we have a couple of questions that are not really trade related, but
I've got a couple of good sport ones, Angelo, actually, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah, I've got one, GG. Let me find again, 1 sec, sorry. They said, who was your idol in football when you were growing up and why?
Chi era il tuo idolo quando sei cresciuto sportivamente e perché?
Beh, il mio idolo come portiere è stato Nkono, il portiere del Camerun degli anni 80 e 90. E gli altri miei idoli sono stati sempre giocatori del Camerun, e quindi Roger Milla, si chiamavano Oman Bik, Makanaki, tantissimi giocatori che alla gente non dicono niente, ma nel mio cuore e nella mia fantasia sono ben presenti, perché sono stati indispensabili nella mia carriera e nelle scelte che ho fatto sin da quando ero bambino.
Me lo ricordo, ne abbiamo parlato durante l'intervista. When it comes to let's say goalkeeper, my inspiration as a goalkeeper it was and it still is Nkono, which used to be the goalkeeper of the Cameroon national team. And other players like Mila Makanaki from the Cameroon national team as well. For some reason, I felt very close to their team during the World Cup back then, where I was still not a professional player. And I am extremely grateful to them, because they are the ones that inspire me to start playing football.
Just give him a second to translate. I have another football question from Wayne. Give them just a couple more seconds. Wayne asks Gigi, will you ever manage a football team one day? He says, Juventus needs you. What about Manchester United?
Ok, la domanda è se allenerai mai un club, e ovviamente dicono che la Juventus ha bisogno di te. E cosa pensi del Manchester United?
Allora, non so cosa farò da grande, perché magari diventerò il vostro trader di riferimento, e quindi non si possono fare due professioni nello stesso tempo se si vuole fare bene. E scherzi a parte, credo che la Juve è una società che non ha bisogno di nessuno, nel senso che sono tutti importanti, ma nessuno è indispensabile. E quindi non lo ero prima io, e non lo sono neanche per il futuro. Quello che farò non ne ho ancora idea. Per adesso sono calciatore e ragiono da calciatore e da portiere. Quando finirò avrò tempo per pensarci. Per il Manchester United invece dico che è in un momento di difficoltà, ma quando hai giocatori importanti come quelli che è il Manchester United, secondo me queste difficoltà le puoi risolvere molto più velocemente.
Ok, grazie. So I'm not too sure what I'm gonna be when I grow up, what I'm gonna do when I grow up. Maybe I will be busy being your pro trader, and therefore I will not have time to do anything else. But jokes aside, I believe that Juventus doesn't really need anyone in particular, whether it's me or anyone else. It's a great club, and everyone is useful, but at the same time not necessary. When it comes to what I will do, I still don't know. For now, I focus on playing. This is what I want to do. This is what I like to do. And I will think about that when I retire. When it comes to Manchester United, it's, let's say, going through a very difficult time right now. But I am pretty confident they will go back to their high level where they belonged in history.
All right, another question here. Gigi, do you think a new upcoming COVID-19 wave will influence the global markets as the other waves did before?
Gigi, pensi che un'altra ondata di Covid potrebbe influenzare i mercati come lo ha fatto in passato?
No, come l'ha fatto in passato sicuramente no. Diciamo che ogni tanto lo spauracchio del Covid e della pandemia, magari intraday o nel giro o week o settimanalmente, può un pochino condizionare la visione degli investitori e fa spostare il denaro magari da un settore ad un altro, ecco. Però globalmente, secondo me, ormai è un qualcosa col quale l'investitore ha già una certa confidenza e dà per assodato, via, il mercato sta già scontando anche le possibili recrudescenze, diciamo, future del Covid.
Okay, grazie. I don't believe that even if a new wave were to come, it would influence the markets like it did in the past. It could probably affect some intra-day trading activity or maybe weekly movements in the markets. But in general, on a global level, on a global scale, investors are well aware of what it is right now, and they are kind of prepared to eventually, they expect this to potentially happen. So I don't expect this to be a big mover in the markets. And in the meanwhile, maybe Eddie, let's just go with a last question. So we let Gigi go, that has been with us more than 2 hours now.
Yeah, we'll do the last question. And also, just to confirm, somebody asked if this is being recorded. It is. And you'll be able to see the recording and some of the questions already answered. So we'll go one more question. Angelo, do you want to pick?
Sure, let me have a look. There are quite a lot, so let me see. Maybe if someone wants to help us with picking one while I'm doing. Okay, well, there is an interesting one, which is very actual, I would say. What is your expectation about the future of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in particular? So, Gigi, qual è la tua, sì, praticamente cosa ti aspetti dal futuro in generale, non just Bitcoin, ma cryptocurrency in generale?
Ma dalle cripto, devo dire la verità, mi aspetto un po' di tutto. Cioè mi posso aspettare che si azzerino di valore, come mi posso aspettare che continuino nella loro crescita esponenziale. Però credo anche che arriverà un giorno nel quale anche le cripto dovranno dare delle risposte un po' più certe alla gente affinché qualcuno ci possa, diciamo, investire con maggior certezza. Ecco, perché adesso, secondo me, in molti investono veramente in cripto per moda e per speculare magari anche e fare scalping o trading intraday. Ecco.
Okay, thanks. As of now, I expect pretty much anything from crypto. I wouldn't be surprised if they, drop to zero, or maybe they just keep flying and double tomorrow in value. It is something that, that have prepared us to pretty much any kind of movement. I see them in the future, but I also believe that there will be a time where cryptocurrency in general, we need to give us some answer as to the real usage that we're going to make of them in the world, because that's when probably serious investors will jump on board, believing that it's something that they can see as a safe investment.
Okay, while we're waiting for the translation, if we can pull up the slides again as well, please. Just after the Q&A. Okay, are we able to pull up the slides, please? I'm not sure if you guys can see the slides there. That's okay. If we can get them up, that would be good. Okay, there we go. Thank you. If you just go through to courtesy of Tmgm, and we'll go from there, please. Okay, and we can actually go from, can we go one slide back, please? One back. Keep going forward a couple, sorry. Two more. Next one. I think that one, perfect. Just to let everyone know who asked about the automated trading. So you can actually get the platform, TradeViewX, through Tmgm. So if you're already a Tmgm client, you can just see your account manager. Or if you're not a client and you need to open an account, you can do it through the link I've just posted in the chat. So there's that, or you can also get the My First Algo pack if you wanted to build some automated models. And like I said, we can help you do that. So you're more than welcome to contact us. If we just go on to the next slide, what we'll do is, I think we can announce, you can go back, but there's my details if you'd like. If we just go, back one slide. I think we keep skipping one in there. We'll go to the one with the signed shirt. There we go. All right, no worries. So we have actually got the winner of the jersey. So, all right, we'll do a little drum roll. So the winner of the signed jersey, which by the way, is it's coming all the way from Italy. So it should be here probably next month. All right, the winner is, they're from Australia. So we'll narrow it down. Starts with M. Second letter is A. The rest of the letters, it's Matteo. So Matteo, congratulations. You have won the signed limited edition Buffon jersey. TMGM will contact you. Congratulations, mate. TMGM will contact you to organize the prize. Okay, I'm not sure if you wanted to translate that, but I think Matteo knows.
Yes, I will. Matteo, non so se tu sei italiano, ma abbiamo praticamente assegnato la maglia a te. Congratulazioni. E Gigi, Matteo ha vinto la tua maglia firmata.
Io ho visto, ho sentito.
All right. I think we're basically ready to wrap it up. So if you want to pull us back up, I just want to say thanks very much, Gigi, for taking the time to come do the webinar. I really enjoyed speaking with you and getting everybody to ask you some great trading questions. And we'll look forward to some more webinars with you in the future.
Yes, sure. It's been a great pleasure, and see you soon in the next webinar.
Thank you very much. All the best with trading and football.
Yes, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye,
Thanks
ciao
all.
Gigi. Grazie. Ciao.